Hello everybody, this is Jennifer. I wanted to talk about the things that narcissists do to bring you down, the methods that they use. And there are many. And if you're wondering if you're in a relationship with a covert narcissist, then, maybe these are some things that you should ask yourself and think about, because they may seem small or not a big deal, but it adds up and it is very destructive. And I guess I'll tell you some of what happened to me and give you a little example too. Subtle put downs. And they can always play these off as I was joking. So basically it's hard to call them out on this stuff, because then you're taking it too seriously. Because they always do it just enough to get under your skin, but not enough for if you tell someone that they would understand and be like, my God, he's she's a bad person. But with my narc, what he did was he would shake his head at me a lot, like I was a child, like very demeaning, like, oh, like you're so silly, and just made me feel really stupid, and it was very demeaning. Taking your words out of context and then using it against you. And this will be hard to call out, because they'll bring up a little bit of truth. They'll be like, you said this, and you'll be like, I did say that, but not in that way. But you don't know how to express it to prove your point, because they'll bring up exactly the way they remember it, what they want to remember. They point out the minor things that they have done for you, and they remember these little things that probably normal people won't remember, because they use that to defend themselves if you, quote, attack them, and that means even if you want to talk to them about something that's bothering you, because they get very defensive. Like, my narc he asked me, like, how was your day? Stuff like that. But that was it. Like, there was no further inquiry after that. For example, if I came home and he said, how was your day? And I look at him and I go, it was okay, I guess. I think that's clearly obvious that it's not okay. Something happened. I'm upset. But he would say, oh, okay, and go about his day. He never inquired or anything, because that was like the best that he did as far as like inquiring about my life. And at some later point, he would say stuff like this, which is, I asked you how your day was. I always ask about your day. I care. I ask about how you're doing. And see, that was true. That was true. But anything above that was, there was nothing above that. There was no inquiry about, well, no, you look upset. What's going on? Even if I said, oh, this happened and I feel really stressed out, the only thing he would say is, that's sorry. That sucks. I'm sorry. And then that was it. He didn't ask me what happened. The questions that a normal person asks you concerning, or ask you about that situation at a later time. Hey, how's it going with so-and-so? He never did the follow-up or the follow-through, but he remembers, I asked you how your day was. The very, very minimum, just to have said it, just to say that he could have said it. They point out the good that they're doing too much. And you wonder, I can't believe you're pointing that out. They get extremely defensive at the smallest thing that you say that may be construed as against them. Even because there'll be times when you're probably thinking, my God, why is this person so upset? Maybe I'm misunderstanding things. But they will go overboard in saying what they have, additionally what they have done for you, that, like my thing was, can we go on a date? I wanted to go on a date. I wanted to go out. I wanted to do stuff. And I asked him, can we go out? He got really defensive about this, which I think is sad. It's just very sad. And he would say, I ask you to go somewhere all the time and you never want to go. And he was very angry about this to me. Like, he tries all the time. And there are exactly three things we did. Three things. We would go to his bar, his friends, and I would just sit there while he got trashed. And grocery shopping, and then the thrift store. This is exactly the three things we the only things we ever did. I wanted to go on a date. I thought that's reasonable for years of a relationship. In my opinion, like celebrate an anniversary or something. But he brought up, I ask you to do this, I ask you to do that, and the bar, the thrift store, grocery shopping. To me, this is not really going out, nor was any of these things fun for me. But he threw it in my face, was very upset about it. And it just got ridiculous because I didn't know how to defend myself still at that point, because I'm like, no, I mean a real, but he didn't get what I was saying, or he really just didn't care. But he overcompensated for, what I was asking, which was, it was very confusing to me because I didn't understand why he didn't understand what I was feeling. And at times, like, if maybe they realize that they're not defending themselves properly, they do the quote word salad, where all of a sudden, you'll be talking about one thing, like maybe like let's go on a date, and then all of a sudden the conversation shifts to something that does not apply to anything that you're talking about, and this person might rant about that and go on and bring up other stuff that has nothing to do with what you're talking about. And by the end of the conversation, you're exhausted and you're wondering what was that all about? Because there's never a resolution with these people. You never have that, oh good, I feel good. This is always confusing. And after conversations, even when you really try to talk about things, there's no resolution. It just leaves you further confused. Well, their bad behavior, the mistakes or whatever they've done that could seem wrong, they have a way of making it your fault. And they play over the fact that they had done this wrong thing and just go back to blaming you for it. And because they never accept responsibility, they never sincerely apologize for anything. I'm thinking of an example. When there was a point when he was really yelling at me, Minark, in my face, like really in my face. And for a little bit, I thought, is he gonna hit me? I wasn't sure, and I thought, I was kind of scared for a second, but he was really in my face. Like, he punched a wall, and broke our door, like on a few occasions. And it boggles me that he would tell me that I'm out of control. Because I remember those times I sat there. I didn't even defend myself. I was kind of scared. And, at one point I told him, I was like, I thought you were going to hit me. I didn't know you were, it was scary. He said, oh God, I wasn't going to hit you. Oh my, it wasn't even bad. You're overdoing it. But if I cried or anything, it was like, I'm so emotional, I'm crazy. And the hypocrisy of it is disgusting. I mean, I thought he was going to hit me, but I'm the emotional one. I'm the one who can't control herself. But it was effective for me, apparently. I stayed. They also like to, if you do something good, or if you feel proud or happy about something, they have a way of bringing you down. And I guess a simple example of this is, or just making you feel like shit. total shit. I remember at one point, I was cleaning the carpet by hand, like profusely. There were all these stains, and one day I spent all day for hours on my hands and knees getting rid of these stains. And my narc had the day off, and as I'm scrubbing, close to him, and I've been doing this all day, I'm sweating, and he sees me, he says, unnecessarily, unprovoked, I wish I could stay home all day and just watch TV. Because during that time, for a brief amount of time, I didn't work. And for him to say that, and as he's watching me scrubbing for hours and hours the carpet, as I made his dinner and all that, to say that, and it was such a snide remark for no reason, instead of like a normal man, which is what I think they would say something like, wow, you should take a break, you don't need to do that, like, my God, you must be exhausted. No, I wish I could stay home all day. Totally unnecessary and just rude. They always play the victim, like, and the funny thing is, like, if you made have a valid point that you want to talk to this person about, not blame, but talk about, maybe you could resolve it. They have this way of matching that and exceeding that so that they can be the victim also, but not only the victim, but they're treated even worse than you are treated. Like, and it supersedes your feelings. And it's just really, it is really a unique characteristics for people that can do this. Like, they will claim that they also feel that way. No, they feel more injured by you. And then, so by the end of, you have some equal blame in the matter, or you have all the blame by the end of this conversation. Like, for instance, I, at one point, wanted to talk to my ex-narc about, like, I didn't feel appreciated, like, at all. I did a lot for him, and that's my decision, and I get it, but I really wanted him to help out too, or like, I didn't feel appreciated. It just felt, after a while, you're like, I felt like I'm made. And I mean, I was upset, but I really thought, I'm going to talk to him about it, and then he's going to help and stuff. I mean, like, take out the garbage, like, do the basic stuff, like, like, acknowledge me in some way. I know it's pathetic that I needed that, but I did. And if I would talk to him about that, I'm like, I don't feel appreciated. I wanted to say, like, I don't feel appreciated. He would say it to me first. He doesn't feel appreciated. As if he had done anything, which he had not done anything. And he made it seem like he was more injured than me. Like, he does more for me, and I'm more unappreciative than, and it's ridiculous how they try to one-up you. So you don't get anything out of that. It's not like okay, like, he's going to say thank you sometime. He's going to take out the trash. It wasn't like that at all. It's that now they're offended by this because they are wronged, and their needs supersede yours. And even the basics of, I mean, it's kind of funny that we had this cat that would scratch the hell out of me. And I'm talking, like, I was kind of scared of this. It was a kitten for a while, but I had so many scratches on my legs and arms. And I'm not talking like the white scratches. I'm talking blood, scabbing. I mean, when I went to the gas station or anything, people would be like, oh my God, what happened? I mean, I looked like Freddy Krueger was trying to attack me. And I mean, for a while, because I mean, she was an adorable cat, but I called her Maggie Krueger because I mean, it was very painful because for no reason she would attack me. But my ex-narc, we were talking one day, I was like, this is too much. We need to do something. I cannot get scratched. I mean, I had so many all over the place, like, bleeding all the time. And I was like, we need to do something because this is too much. I was like, look at this. And I would show him. And he would have no concern, but he would be like, oh, I get that too. It's not a big deal, because ironically, this cat really loved my ex-narc. And they had a bond, I guess, and he would point out these two little scratches that he had, the white ones. And be like, I get them too. She does the same thing to me. As I'm like, I'm pointing at my arms, my legs, my hands, my feet, even on my thighs, because she would jump up and like scrape down. And he pointed out these I couldn't believe it. I'm like, look at me. I have them everywhere. And he has these two little, I'm like, two little, tiny little scratches that are unnoticeable. And he couldn't even give me that, being like, wow, that's too much. We should do something, like, to care and do something about it, but to compare it and then to act like it was equal. And it's not. Like, the pain was equal. He suffers also. And these are just some of the things that I experienced, and that kind of led me to my ultimate breakdown and leaving and going through all of the emotions you do, or PTSD after covert narcissistic abuse. And I just wanted to give some information for anybody that might be feeling this or experiencing this, and I hope that it helps in some way. I don't want to make this video too long, so have a good day. Thank you.